Okay, so today we're going to look at the associate in the super. Okay, previously we have looked into the adjustment of associate in the SoP. So now we're going to look at the adjustment of associate in the super. Okay, basically like in the SoP, we have 3 steps when we deal with associate. The first one, we need to calculate the goodwill for associate. So the same thing apply here, whereby we need to calculate the goodwill for associate. Okay, the second part will be, the second step is share of profit in associate. So for share of profit in associate, we will put here, right? You can see that in the format you have share of profit in associate. So the computation for the share of profit in associate is similar to the computation when you deal with the SoP, whereby you will take your profit after tax, then you minus your URP for inventory or depreciation, then you times your percentage, and after that you will deduct your impairment of investment. But normally we will put here, right, the adjustment. So for example, profit after tax, okay, then if you have monthly, then you times months, for example 3/12 or 6/12, and then you will deduct your adjustment. If there is no adjustment, then you will times with the acquisition of associate, for example 40%, right? Then after that, if you have impairment of investment, that is the impairment in the associate, you will deduct after this. Okay, for example, you have impairment of 10, so you deduct here. Okay, then you get the amount of share of profit in associate. Another place where we adjust the associate in the SoP is in the working number 2 under your GRP brought forward. Okay, for example here, this one you consist of holding, subsidiary, associate. Okay, if you have any associate at the beginning of the year, so will be put here under working number 2. So the computation is similar to subsidiary, whereby for example you have Asso, right? So you will take your retained profit brought forward for Asso, you less your pre-profit for Asso, okay, and you will times with the percentage of acquisition. But if you have any prior year adjustment, you will deduct your prior year adjustment first. Okay, prior year adjustment. And finally, you will times 40%. That is the percentage of acquisition. So you get your total here. Alright, but bear in mind, you will have the associate if at the beginning of the year the company already acquired the associate. For example, still remember that I've mentioned you need to have your timeline. For example, this is your timeline. Okay, I draw it here, your timeline. So for example, your current accounting period is 1st January 2019 ended 31st December 2019. Okay, this is your current year. And if the associate has been acquired prior year, for example, if the associate has been acquired 2017 or 2018, then you will have in the working number 2. For example, your working number 2 is here, right? You are preparing your working number 2 here. So you must check at this point of time, does associate exist? If yes, then you need to do this one. Otherwise, you will ignore. Okay, for example, if the associate has been acquired here, acquired associate 1st July 2019. Therefore, when you prepare your group retained profit at the beginning of the year, that is on 1st January 2019, right? Associate does not exist. Why? Because it has been acquired on 1st July. So not necessary you will have the associate in your working number 2. But if the associate was been acquired earlier on, then working number 2 you will have to add your associate amount. Alright? Okay, that's all for your associate in the CSoPL.